Hi, I'm Andrew Berman from the Mortgage News Network, coming to you from the M&N Studios here in New York. Here's a man who needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce you to him anyway. Rick Grant. He's probably one of the best known public relations and one of the best known experts when it comes to mortgage technology, when it comes to mortgage lenders. Rick, thank you so much for joining us.
Andrew, thanks for having me.
So Rick, you have a new offering that you're doing for the real leaders in the mortgage industry. You have a thought leadership program. Can you tell us a little bit about the program?
Absolutely, Andrew, and thanks for asking. So for the past 12 years or so, RGA Public Relations has specialized in helping companies do a better job of sharing their value proposition. And we've worked with some fantastic companies. I'm so proud of the things that we've done and the people that we've served. But after looking at the industry for the past 6 months or so, I think I found a way that we can really, my company can add a lot more value to the industry as a whole.
So, and what is the process that you do? So you have actually, people that you work with, and why are they engaging with you guys?
Right. So here's the situation we find ourselves in as an industry today, Andrew. So the experts that are talking to me are telling me that we are currently operating at overcapacity.
Yeah.
We actually have more executives in the business than we need. And nothing in the volume estimates that we're seeing coming out of MBA or anyone else gives us any confidence that that's going to change and correct itself. That, plus the possibility that we might encounter some kind of a recession within 12 to 18 months, tells me that many of the executives that are working in the business today won't be here in 12 months. And that's bad for our industry because we have some great people working here. If we lose our top leaders because the market shifts, that doesn't put us in a very good position. So we need to try to maintain the best leaders, the leaders that actually have a vision. So my role in 2019 will be to seek out those leaders, find them, and try to help them share their vision for our market for next year so they can get the attention they need to keep their jobs, first of all, but also to be promoted.
So Rick, you got a conflict there, because you're basically saying that we're facing some troubled times. Got some rough waters coming ahead, and we're basically we're reaching out to these leaders, and they're busy. They're really busy now. They're trying to actually right their ship, make sure actually that they're going. How are you going to be able to help these individuals?
Well, you're exactly right, Andrew. That's one of the biggest problems. When we talk to executives and tell them they need to do more thought leadership, the first thing they always tell us is, we don't have time for that. So we've developed a program where basically I become the reporter that I started out as 2 decades ago, right? Where once a month I'll sit down with these leaders and really dig into the issues that are driving the business. We'll fuel that by doing research before the meeting and make sure that they're primed on what's going on all around them, and then get their unique take on it. We'll take it back, I'll write it up, we'll put it together, they'll edit it and fix it, make sure it's in their voice, make sure it's their thought leadership. I'm not trying to put thoughts in their heads. They already know what needs to be done. They just need someone to help them get that out into print so they can share it, and that's what we'll be doing.
Fantastic. Now is it just print? Because listen, you're a multimedia kind of guy. I remember you were the first person that ever did anything related to podcasts. I didn't even know what a podcast was, and I saw you doing a live podcast at a mortgage bankers conference. So is it just text, or are there multimedias?
Well, that's an excellent question. And no, the answer is it's going to be broad-based, but you have to start somewhere you'll be found.
Yeah.
Now, LinkedIn likes to tell us that they've got 600 million members, and they're all excited about that. We don't care in our industry. Nobody in our industry tries to do business with 600 million people. Not even lenders do that. The people I work with want to work with maybe the top 1,000 brokers, or the top 500 brokers, or the top 100 lenders, or the top 10. How many lenders are in the top 20, right? 20, right? And they're all already on LinkedIn. So leaders should start there. They should take advantage of that free platform, because the basic platform is absolutely free. You can publish as much as you want there, and then use that to branch out. From there, we can easily produce other multimedia, and conference planners will find it and ask people to speak, and editors will find it and ask people to write longer form articles for them. It's a way to open that door that will give all kind of benefits to the executive. But I think one of the biggest benefits, Andrew, is that by putting your thought leadership on your LinkedIn profile in that article section, with one click, someone can go and find out exactly what your vision for the future of the industry is, all in one place. That's very powerful when you're vying for a better position or you're trying to align yourself with the teams that are going to be leaders next year.
And so LinkedIn, that's really the place to go. I mean, that's.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Everybody's already there.
Yeah.
In fact, most of the people, most of my clients want to do business with are already connected. They're already in their network. So it's just a matter of sharing what they know and then doing a good job of promoting that. That's part of what we'll do as well. The social media promotion remains very important. I'm thrilled to be on the 50 Most Connected show and talk to the people that really get social media, because it is the way people get information now. So that's going to be a component of it. But the basis, the bedrock of this whole program is getting their thought leadership out of their heads and onto their LinkedIn profile.
Fantastic, great. And you're helping juice those ideas out of their heads to squeeze it into their LinkedIn profile.
Right, because sometimes you got to get them up away from the day-to-day so that they can get that view of the industry. They do that when they go to conferences, they do that when they go to industry meetings, visit with clients, but oftentimes a busy executive is going to get into their daily work and they're not going to have time to look at that bigger picture or think about it. By fueling them with information and research that gets them to pull their heads up for a second and think about what it means, it is amazing the insights that come out of that, Andrew. These people are very experienced. They have a great deal of expertise in their fields, and they understand what the trend lines mean. They can connect the dots. And so we have to find a way to make them take the time to do it. With our program, it takes about 30 minutes a month, and most executives can do that.
So, and how do you maintain the authenticity of it? Because listen, a lot of people say social media, it should be in your own voice. You know,
it has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be. You're absolutely right. In fact, I've said for years there are only 3 things that an executive has to do online to really make a connection. And the first one of those is to be authentic. Yeah. Now, one of my strengths is that after years of being a feature article writer, I've learned to capture the voice of the subject matter experts that I interview. Yeah. It was my job for years. In fact, I just finished an article that's going to show up next month in National Mortgage Professional. It's the same thing, where I have to talk to numerous executives inside of a company and help make sure that when that hits the paper, the people that read it can hear their voice. Now, it's not rocket science. I'm not saying that I'm some wizard because I do that. It's just I like doing that, and I'm good at that. And if you talk to my clients, they'll tell you that I am good at that. And this is a problem. Sometimes I get into a scrape with marketing departments. Marketing people are so fantastic. They're so powerful. They're like heavy weapons for a company. They seriously are. They can soften up the ground and make it so easy for the sales team to move in. But thought leadership can't start in the marketing department. It has to start in the C-suite, right? So we have to move upstream and get those executives to talk about what they know. And when we find those people that lead the best, and it's easy to find them, Andrew, you know. Look at the best companies in the space, look to the C-suite, and you're going to find those people. Yeah. And when they speak, it matters because they know what they're talking about. I'm not saying marketing people don't know what they're talking about, but marketing people are good at taking those messages and spreading them far and wide. That's what they have to do. So my role is really to help fuel the company's marketing department by getting that thought leadership out of their top executives.
Fantastic. Rick, thank you for taking the time right today. I wish you continued success with the Thought Leadership Program.
Andrew, thank you.
All right, I'm Andrew Berman from the Mortgage News Network. Thank you for watching.
This is Mortgage News Network.